balls?
Graham balls.
Naggagawa kami ng Graham balls. Naggagawa kami ng Graham balls.
Oo, nagagawa siya ng Graham balls habang kami manonood ng scary video.
Ayoko naman staring, pangit.
Hindi, maganda nga to eh. Yo, what's up guys? Samahan nyo kami. Manood kami ngayon ng scary movies. O mga scary videos. Ito, 10 times.
Ito, oh, yan, oh.
10 times soul leaving the body. Caught on camera. Oh, napakalupit ito.
But advance of technology and more cameras scattered worldwide, we're witnessing more strange discoveries and sightings every day. Souls and spirits, once just a matter of belief, are now being captured by these cameras, which seem able to perceive things beyond human sight. Some photos and videos have even left skeptics silent, lacking arguments to deny what they show. And that's exactly what you're going to see here today. So go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe below, and let's dive in.
Stairway to Heaven. Oh,
In a tragic car accident in the United States, a baby, her mother, and the mother's best friend all lost their lives. Yet the grieving family left behind found strength in a photograph, convinced that everyone involved in the accident found peace in the afterlife. Hannah Simmons, 23 years old, was driving her 9-month-old baby to a routine checkup when she lost control of her car and collided head-on with a truck. Tragically, she, her daughter, and her best friend did not survive the accident. But Anissa Gannon, a high school student on her way to work, snapped a picture of the scene with her phone. She was running late, and the accident caused further delay, so she intended to use the photo as proof for her boss. She didn't use any special filters or editing apps, but when she saw what appeared in the photo, she was shocked. She felt compelled to find the victim's family to share what her camera had captured.
napicturean siya.
Hindi ito lulutuin, kakainin mo na ito.
Ano?
Pumirik tayo.
Saan dyan? Parang may puti
To
dyan.
Jody Simmons and Dana, mothers of the victims, there's no doubt the image reveals a stairway to heaven, with a small orb and a beam of light symbolizing the...
Ito na guys, oh. Graham.
Ayan o. Ayan o, Bibim. Parang Stairway to Heaven. Ayan. Tapos ito yung bata. Maakyat siya.
Kainin mo na ako.
Parang umano siya eh.
Ito mo na ilalagay para tatapos.
Yung bata umaakyat dyan sa ano, sa may hagdan.
Naggagawa na kaming Graham.
Tuloy
Girls'
natin
souls
guys.
ascending. Both believe their daughters and Jody's granddaughter moved on to a better place.
Parang may hagdan na ano.
A mysterious video, captured by a security camera somewhere in the world, recorded something inexplicable that could entirely reshape our view of life and humanity. Perhaps that's why the video was posted anonymously, to prevent powerful organizations from going after whoever was trying to expose these controversial details. The footage is in black and white, typical for many security cameras to conserve storage. In the video, a red circle highlights a man walking along what looks like the courtyard of a building near a parking lot. Initially, nothing out of the ordinary is happening. The man is simply walking, while another figure approaches from the opposite direction, a bit further away from the person in the red circle. Suddenly, a strange shadow seems to emerge from within the man
Yung lalaki oh, bebe. Merong multo dito.
approaching the camera. And, even more bizarre, this shadow appears to enter the body of the other man. Could this be evidence of a soul leaving one body and entering another? The man in the video even seemed to react when the shadow moves between them. Perhaps it's not a coincidence. Or maybe it's not exactly a soul, but some external spirit. Perhaps even a malevolent entity attempting to possess these individuals. Whatever the truth may be, this footage is
Ayun, may
undoubtedly
lumipat na
chilling.
lalaki doon sa ano.
I have had it with trying to
Meron
organize
pang
my
ads.
tasks,
Sorry
due
guys.
dates, and documents
Wala
across
tayong
a
pang
million
premium.
formats. So,
Ay.
I tried ClickUp.
Skip na natin. Leaving the helicopter. Huwag yan baka
After a
matapon dyan.
terrible accident, a helicopter was urgently summoned in the United States to rush an injured person to the hospital. Moving them from the scene of the accident was already extremely difficult and dangerous due to the severity of their injuries. The rescue team decided to take the risk, but shortly after boarding the helicopter, the victims succumbed to their injuries. However, someone standing nearby filmed the helicopter taking off, capturing something incredibly hard to believe.
Ano yun? Parang may umakyat
It's hard
na
to
ano.
see with the helicopter.
Parang may umakyat.
Someone standing nearby filmed the helicopter taking off,
may
capturing
akit dun sa
something
taas.
incredibly hard to believe.
No? Yung kaluluwa guys,
It's
umakyat.
hard to see with the helicopter
Try mo.
distant and in the dark.
Oh,
With some
oh,
zooming and
oh,
image
oh,
enhancement, you
oh,
can make out something darting rapidly
Mamaya
past
na.
the
Ayun,
helicopter
may
blades. It appears like a jet of
white.
water or white mist, but it's
Umakyat siya
fast
sa
and
langit
solid,
yung ano
even
niya.
passing through the
Oh,
helicopter
sarap.
blades without dispersing. When a
Yung
helicopter
kaluluwa
is
niya.
airborne, the blades spin at such high speeds, any substance should be disrupted instantly. A solid object, like a flashlight or flare, as some skeptics have suggested, wouldn't pass through the blades. Instead, it would be shattered into pieces or, in a worst-case scenario, could have caused the helicopter to crash. None of this happened in the
Ayun,
footage,
pag
and it's an
take off ng
eerie coincidence that
helicopter,
this
may
site appeared at the very
lumabas
moment the
na
victim's death
parang-
was announced. Many believe this may have
Parang
been the
white na,
soul
no?
of the accident victim, ascending after parting from their physical body.
Yung kaluluwa na yun, umakyat na sa
On July
langit.
12, 2016, on a highway in Kentucky, a motorcyclist had a severe accident, left unconscious in the middle of the road. Apparently, no other vehicle was involved, but it was enough to leave the rider between life and death. A passing truck driver noticed the scene and stopped for a moment to snap a photo. Saul Vasquez, the driver, claims he has a kind of sixth sense
Baka
that lets him
mahulog.
perceive things others can't. He felt something unusual at the accident, which prompted him to take the picture that he later shared online.
You know,
The photo,
May
shared
ghost.
by Saul, shocked the internet, seemingly
kaluluwa
capturing the
ng
moment the
na
motorcyclist's
aksidente.
soul hovered above the crowd trying to help him.
Ano?
Officially, the rider was still
Ano
alive
yan
when the
na
photo was
take up
taken,
yung
but he passed
ano
away
niya,
shortly after
na
reaching the
white,
hospital.
ano
Perhaps
niya?
his soul
Soul
had
niya.
already left
Yung
when he
soul
lost
niya,
consciousness, and
umakyat
his
na.
mortal shell could not hold on after the trauma. On
Doon
social
papunta
media, users
sa
reacted with
Jesus.
awe, believing it showed proof of an
Jesus.
afterlife.
Kay
When
Papa
skeptics
Jesus.
began questioning
Sabi
the
nga
photo's
nun, God
authenticity,
is real.
others pointed out that, like Saul with his sixth sense, sometimes cameras can capture things beyond what the human eye can see.
daughter's spirit.
This story seems too incredible to be true, like something out of a book or a dramatic movie, but believe it or not, it happened. In 2018, Sandra
Pilipino?
Canzelas tragically lost
Ay,
her
hindi.
2-year-old daughter Fabiola. She was working a night shift
Mga
when her
Pilipino
boyfriend,
lang.
Lalo Anthony Castrillo, who had been left to care for Fabiola, began frantically messaging and calling her. Little did Sandra know she would never see her daughter alive again. Lalo claimed that while he was asleep, Fabiola had climbed and fallen from her crib. However, an investigation revealed multiple bruises and traumas inconsistent with his story, and Lalo was later sentenced to 30 years in prison. The trial and sentencing, however, didn't occur until 5 years later, in 2023. But something extraordinary happened during that waiting period. Sandra had created a memorial at her daughter's grave, placing many of her favorite
Ah,
toys
namatay
there.
yung
But
anak
when
nila.
toys started disappearing, she asked
Bibi nila
cemetery
namatay.
staff to keep an eye on it. Here's where things get truly fascinating.
alam.
Another family dealing with vandalism on their son's grave installed a hidden security camera high up in a tree, hoping to catch the culprit. What the camera captured, however, was Fabiola herself.
Ayun o. Yun na yung
The
bata.
family
Ang
whose
pagkita.
son's grave was being
Bata nagpakita. Ayun o. Titingin siya sa ano niya. Libingan niya.
Doon sa Jesus?
Hindi yung libingan niya yan.
Playground?
The family whose son's grave was being vandalized was deeply concerned to see a young child alone in the cemetery at night. They contacted cemetery staff to help ensure her safety, but one staff member who had recently spoken with Fabiola's family recognized the child in the footage. He believed it was Fabiola. The family then reached out to Sandra, Fabiola's mother, who was moved to tears, convinced it was her daughter's spirit. Both families believe Fabiola's spirit was helping the soul of their son move on, as both had suffered unjust deaths, and perhaps Fabiola was even responsible for the missing toys, as no one could explain their
Hindi pa
disappearance.
nakakatawid yung
Thanks to the
kaluluwa.
recording, both families found a measure of peace, knowing their children were helping each other in the afterlife, overcoming the injustice they endured in
Hindi
life.
siguro hindi tayo rauso ito.
Yan angel, yan
In the
angel.
United States, specifically in Michigan, Glenn Thorman, the fire chief in his town, received an alert from his home security system, which had a
Para
motion
hindi tayo
detector in the
pamatbat.
security cameras. Expecting to see a thief or maybe a raccoon on his property, Glenn checked the footage and nearly fell over from the shock. The motion sensor had automatically taken a picture of the supposed intruder,
May
which
angel
actually
doon sa ano
appeared to
nila.
be an angel hovering over his truck.
Sa car.
Tingnan
Ayun o,
niyo.
yung
The
angel.
angel, with wings on its back and a sword in hand, was seen only briefly. The advanced security camera system was the only thing able to capture it. In the following photo, the angel is barely visible, appearing to leave in the corner of the image. Now, if you're thinking it was just some smoke or something, keep in mind that the security system owner was none other than the town's fire chief. He's a specialist in detecting smoke, since where there's smoke, there's often fire risk. However, Glenn firmly believes this was an angel caught on camera, perhaps even checking in on or protecting his truck from harm. This story made it to television, where a pastor was invited to give his opinion on the photo, and he confirmed it as authentic. The pastor had a serious car accident in which he was declared dead, but returned to life. During this brief period of clinical death, he claims to have glimpsed heaven, where he encountered angels, and learned they're everywhere, though we usually can't see them. To him, it's not strange at all that the angel was above the truck, as they are literally all around us. The program even held a poll about the image, and angels in general, with 72% of respondents affirming their belief in angels, 16% not believing, and another 12% undecided.
Maghugas ka ng kamay.
Grabe. Yung mga naniniwala,
Believing, and another 12%
72%. Not sure, 12%.
Maghugas ka
Pero
doon.
meron pa rin mga hindi
undecided.
naniniwala, no? Orb sightings.
In various beliefs and cultures worldwide, the form of spirits or human souls has been explained and visualized differently. In Asian cultures, for instance, they often speak of tiny glowing orbs that appear at night. In Japanese folklore, these spiritual orbs are called hitodama, which roughly translates to human ball. Other cultures have different versions of these mystical lights, often associated with departed souls or spirits. This background helps us understand the video you're about to see, showing what might be a loved one's soul breaking down into small orbs while surrounded by family.
Mayroong orb ayun. Yan yung ano niya. Oh,
Oh, kainin mo na po.
Some cultures believe these orbs represent other spirits, loved ones who've passed and are waiting to welcome the person to the spirit realm. Whether they're from other people or the soul of the woman herself, it's truly fascinating to witness such a personal and delicate moment. After all, if there's one certainty we living beings have, it's that one day our lives will come to an
parang
end.
mango. Ito kasi gilid yung reaction
A
video
bizarre
natin, hindi
video
na
that's
ano.
been circulating online for years shows the moment an animal, possibly a deer, collapses to the ground, likely losing its life. The origin of this video is unclear. It's unknown who first uploaded the footage online, or if it was captured by a security camera or a hunter's camera. It might have happened near some train tracks, but with the low video quality, nothing is certain. The only clear fact is that the animal did indeed fall to the ground, and shortly after, something strange seemed to leave its body, likely the reason the video caught people's attention online.
Ano, parang uso.
Some say
Yeah,
animals don't
ganyan.
have souls, but this footage
Meron kasi
contradicts
mga
certain
ngaso,
beliefs that only
binaril niya.
humans possess souls. The strange substance leaving the deer's body doesn't resemble
Tapos,
anything
may
we can
ano,
easily
may
explain.
humiwala-
Some
humiwalay.
viewers theorized it might be gas escaping,
Yung
but
ano,
that wouldn't be
kaluluwa.
visible. Others
May-
suggested it was
may
a
kaluluwa
fawn,
din pala
implying the
yung ano,
animal was a
hayop.
pregnant female. But it's clear
Ayun,
that
oh.
the substance is floating. Baby deer don't typically float away, so this theory was dismissed, leaving only the possibility of a soul, a
Yeah,
camera
mga
trick,
ikon.
or video editing. Believers, however, are convinced this is proof that all living beings have souls.
Meron talagang mga hayop. May
On
mga
the night of
luluwa
June
din.
23rd, 2022, Ankit, an Indian man, was returning home when he felt a strange presence. He tried to ignore it, but his neck began to ache so badly he couldn't sleep that night. Disturbed by the insomnia, he spoke with the security guard at his residential complex. Curious about his story, the guard checked the security footage. Maybe Ankit would have been better off ignoring the eerie sensation altogether, because the discovery he made only worsened his sleeplessness.
Ano yan? Oh,
At the exact moment he began climbing the stairs to
Parang
his
may
apartment,
sumusunod
a
sa kanya,
shadowy
no?
figure is seen passing through his body. Ankit recalled that this was precisely the moment he felt the strange presence, leading him to conclude that whatever the security
nasa
camera
likod.
captured also physically affected him at that very instant.
parang lumabas sa kanya. Parang ano niya.
A group of paranormal investigators called the Warner Paranormal Explorers was investigating a feudal castle in the United States. After a long, exhausting day of tests and investigations, the members decided to rest in a restored part of the castle that's open to the public as a hotel. However, one member of the team woke up the following morning feeling unusually tired. In his words, it was like he'd been punched in the chest. Additionally, other team members complained about his snoring, something he never does. Curious, he checked the camera he'd left recording overnight for the investigation and discovered an anomaly, a kind of light approaching his body, only to leave about 20 seconds later.
Ano yan? Parang may ilaw.
This evidence thrilled the Warner team, but it also scared them. Could this ball of light be a spirit? And if so, was it responsible for his chest pain and breathing issues? The video's creator mentioned they have over 6 hours of footage to
Parang may
analyze,
ano.
and in other moments, many similar orbs were captured on camera.
May
Some
orb.
say the breathing issues were
Oh,
caused by the
lumabas.
excessive dust in the environment, which could also explain the orbs. But we may never truly know. Maybe these really are supernatural phenomena. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.
Tapos na. Yun guys, tapos na yung aming reaction video. Meron kaming reaction video with vlog Vlog.
Ito, oh.
May gumawa siya ng, anong tawag mo dyan?
Graham balls.
Graham balls. So, yun. Thank you guys for watching.